The pole of his flag is something Patrick can afford to lose. But there are things the 58-year-old is not ready to accept in modern-day France.
When we see people in the streets without a home, there's misery everywhere. The cost of living, everything is so expensive. Pensioners are struggling. It's hard for everyone.
But why do you blame Macron? What exactly is he doing?
Because Macron's an idiot.
No, we shouldn't speak like that.
Oh really? Did I say something stupid? Yes, he's an idiot. It's because of him that we're here.
No, it's not only about Macron, it's the system.
When we see that our politicians have the privilege to afford suits that cost 45,000 euros, when that is the equivalent of the yearly salaries of 3 people, we have the right to revolt. They're taking everything away from us. In the end, we're left with nothing, and they're still trying to steal from us. It hurts.
This group of friends came from the suburbs of Paris to join the so-called Yellow Vests, the movement that for the past 3 weeks has been taking to the streets to protest against government policies they say are making their lives impossible.
It's about the cost of living. We are being strangled by taxes, and we're fed up with the social injustice. We are constantly giving to the richest and taking away from the middle and lower classes.
Exasperated, many are convinced there is only one way out.
Why is this so magnificent? Because we're fighting for our freedom.
A fight, precisely what the government wanted to avoid, erupted once again. An entire city engulfed in anger. Chaos is yet something else demonstrators blame authorities for.
They're crazy, and then they say they want peace. We're doing nothing. It's shameful, shameful. We're doing nothing, and they're shooting at us.
The intoxicating smell of tear gas, strangely familiar in French streets these past few weeks, is signaling the urgent need for the government to admit that France is at a crossroads. Fractured between those who believe changing course is necessary and those who feel they are being left behind. Annelise Borges in Paris for Euronews.
Well, Annelise is in Paris still this morning. She joins us now live from there. Good morning, Annelise. So in the end, Macron opted for dialogue rather than these tougher measures that he might have chosen to impose. But where does this go from here?
That's a very good question. Good morning, Belle. Many people here in France will tell you that the stakes have never been higher for Emmanuel Macron. The so-called yellow vests are the first real challenge for this administration. This is the first time since Macron came to power that students, pensioners, doctors, teachers, truck drivers, railway workers all come out in the streets together. They have tried to unify social movements before, but they never really stuck together this strongly. And of course, they have a wide range of demands, but one chant, one slogan in common: Macron démission. Macron, for them, should go, should resign. The French president, who yesterday ordered that emergency cabinet meeting, has requested his prime minister to meet with representatives from the Yellow Vests movement, but also from leaders of all French political parties this week. And the idea really is to try and negotiate, to try and come up with a political solution to this crisis. But if the last few weeks are anything to go by, it will be very difficult to convince the Yellow Vests to come to the negotiating table. They say they want Macron to show that he is listening, and they want the government to make a gesture, to drop, for example, the so-called green tax on fuel that has sparked this whole movement in the first place. Until then, they say, there can't be any fruitful negotiations, and they will continue taking to the streets.
All right, thank you very much. Annalise Borges there, bringing us up to date from Paris.